Hi guys, I'm just going to show you now how to make different forms on Microsoft. Again, there's some good training on this, so I put a link in the email. But this is a really good way to tick all of the boxes that we need to do. So it gives us a chance to monitor engagement of students because we can see who's exactly been on it. We can give them feedback by doing it as a test and then giving them some responses back. And it's just generally a good way to organise these videos and get some work alongside it. So all you need to do is go to Microsoft Forms in your Office 365, so there's mine popping up now. And then you can see I've got some forms in here already and I can tell how many kids have done it. So I only set this the day before yesterday, but only 2 kids have done this tropical storms. 14 did this tourism industry, and these Rio ones, only 2 have done so far. So even though I've only got a couple of responses, I can see that not many people have done it, so I can chase up students now. So there's 2 different things you can do. There's a new form, or there's a new quiz. Now these are both good. Forms are quite good because it's just tasks for kids to do. You don't have to mark them, you could just get them so they are understanding. The quiz can do self-marking. So the process is the same for both. Quiz has just got a couple of extra steps. So I'm just going to show you how to do a quiz quickly. So if you click on quiz, new quiz, you can call it whatever you want. So say I was doing mine on hazards again, I would do it hazards, formation of tropical storms, if I can spell. Okay. And say I didn't just want that, I wanted an image to go in it. I could search for an image on here and search for hurricane, and then I can click on this and see if I'll add that image on there. So one of the things that we need to do is embed our videos that we've put onto Microsoft Stream. It's good to have some contact with the kids. So the way I'd do this is I'd add a new section. So a section is basically like a page, a new page as they go through this. I would title my section Part 1 Description. Sorry if you can hear the train in the background. I'd click on the image icon and then I'd click on video, and in here I can paste where my video is from Microsoft Stream. So going back to my videos, this is the one I've just sent you guys. I go to Discover, click on my channels, and I'd click on Geography and I'd find the video I wanted. So video I was doing was on tropical storms. So say I was adding this hazards. Click on the little ellipsis, click on share, and copy. Then back in my Microsoft form I can now paste that video stream in. That should pop up in there, and I'll get a nice video on there. So this would be the top thing they'd see at this page. And then I could add a couple of tasks. I could do a true or false test. So tropical storms are a hazard. I would want to make them required. They've got to answer this one. It's going to be true or, and you can see it's already suggested false for me because that makes sense. And so I'd click that's the right answer. If I want to give them some feedback as they're answering it, say they clicked false, I could click on this little comment box so that something pops up when they answer it like that. So I could say unlucky, remember a hazard is something that can cause a risk or damage. So I could do that. I could duplicate this so I could add in another true or false question. I could say all tropical storms cause damage. So this time that's not true because some could be in the ocean, so I'm going to change the tick onto that one, and they don't need that comment anymore, so I can delete it. What you can do is this branching that it's suggesting me to do. So say they got that one right, that means I could add a branching and they could jump to a different question. So if they got that one right, they might not have to do question 3, so they could go to a different question. Obviously I haven't done them yet, so I haven't selected that. So if I just get out of the branching, There's some other things I could add as well, some other good things. So I could add some text to get them to understand stuff. Again, it's required because I want them to do it. If it was a long answer exam question, that might be a 6-mark exam question, and that's something I would have to get back. If I was then done with that section of the form and wanting to add a new page, I could click on New Section, so the kids will see something else when it comes up. Again, this could be another video, it could just be a little bit of an introduction, it could just be an image of a slide that I'm putting in there using the image thing instead of videos. I could then ask them to do a ranking activity. I could also do this Likert, which is where they select options. So say if I was asking if the effect was human or physical geography, or both, I could put different statements down here, get rid of these ones because I don't need them, and now they can generally decide whether it's right. It's required, and there's 2 statements, so it's 2 marks. I could add statements, and then if there's 3 statements, I might change that to 3 marks. Once this is all done, it's saved, so you'd go back to your forms, so you can see mine's already created there, it's saved. So if I just have a look at one of my test ones, this is one I made earlier, so you can see I've put in all the activities and it says how many points it's out of. So it's got these true or false primary or secondary ones, it's got another video from YouTube that I've embedded in this new section with a few short answer questions. Again, you can put the correct answers in so it self-marks. And then when you get your responses, so once you want to send it out, you click on share and you make sure it says only people in my organisation can respond. You click this link and this is the link you'll send to students. If you want to send it with other staff to help with, you click on this share to collaborate section. Get a link. Again, people in my organisation can view and edit, and I'd copy this and share it. But for students, it's this top one that you want. When you get your responses, so this is one that hasn't been done, so probably not the best example. Let's go to this Year 7 one that I did. So once I've shared that with students, I click on responses and I can see already some of it's been automatically marked. The other ones have not. So to see students individually, I would click on Review Answers. I can go down, this is the first student who answered, I can click on the box and find certain students. It'll tell me how long it's taken them to complete, what their score is. So let's just go to a student that I haven't marked yet. So this is the recent one. So I can see, and it's already been auto-graded some of these. If I feel like that they need a little comment to explain their answer a little bit more, I can click on the comment box and add a bit more. For this one, it's not auto-marked, so I can look at what they've done. So they've said more money, that would be a mark. It's not very specific, but for Year 7 it's what I'm after. Cultures meet again, jobs, better holidays. So I'd give that 3, and I'll just say, think about how better holidays is a positive. Do the locals benefit from it? So a little bit of feedback there for them. I could do the same, so say she's got all 4 marks here, I'd put all 4 there. So pollution, limited, spelling mistake, I could say that. Prices rise, again, spelling mistake. Money goes to different countries, so I could say check your spelling, rise and limited. Oops, even I've spelt her spelling mistake wrong. So I'd go through that, same for this conclusion, a mark for there, she's done that. I've put the sentence starters in as an image for them to help, and now I read through their description. So I have a look at what they've written, and say that was 4 out of 6, I might give them a little comment as to why it was only 4 out of 6. So in your conclusion, make sure you explain why you think that. So, what does building industry mean, how does it help locals? So some of those questions are auto-marked, but now I've put in a score for each one. If I go back to the top, you can see it's got her total score. So I'm going to give her a bit of a feedback. Excellent understanding of positives and negatives, I'm going to write. fully explain all points. So she's got a little bit of feedback there, and that's done. I can click on back, and it takes me back to this. So once that's done, I click on this, then post scores. So Zainab's was the one I just answered there. I would click that and click post scores. That means now, if she opens up the link again, and I'll send them all the link next week, they can then access and find out what their scores are and see the comments I've given them. So if I just preview any kids here that I've already sent back to them, you can see it's got the comment that I've written, it's got their score, looking down it, I've put any comments where they're necessary, not on this one because she's done really well, unfortunately I picked the wrong one, but they'll then be able to review their scores, so you've got that feedback. So forms is really easy, they all get saved onto your OneDrive here, the sharing of them is within forms, and you literally just click on new forms, new quiz. Okay, I'll add the training on like I said before.